Have you ever had a moment in life where everything felt strangely connected, as if the universe itself was nudging you, guiding you, or even testing you? These experiences rarely arrive with warning. They come in the form of challenges, emotional storms, unexpected obstacles, or sudden changes that pull you out of your comfort zone. Yet hidden within them is a profound truth. The universe doesn't test you to break you. It tests you to reveal who you truly are. One of the clearest signs that you've passed these invisible tests is the awakening of your intuition. Suddenly, your inner voice becomes more noticeable, more trustworthy. It feels like a soft whisper that gently guides you through confusion and uncertainty. When you've completed a spiritual or emotional lesson, this inner compass becomes sharper than ever. You begin sensing energies, recognizing intentions, and reading situations before they unfold. You notice details you once overlooked. This heightened intuition isn't about gaining supernatural powers or predicting the future. It's about reconnecting with the deeper wisdom inside you, the part of you that always knew the right path, even when fear tried to silence it. You start trusting your instincts without doubting yourself. You recognize the difference between anxious overthinking and true intuitive guidance. You suddenly see synchronicities, repeating numbers, meaningful coincidences, symbols that appear at the perfect moment. You feel guided rather than lost. What used to feel chaotic now feels purposeful. You no longer force decisions. You feel your way through them with clarity and confidence. And perhaps most importantly, intuition becomes effortless. It becomes natural. You don't analyze it or question it. You simply understand that the universe communicates through subtle sensations, impressions, and inner knowing. This shift marks the beginning of a deeper transformation. It means you have stepped into a new level of awareness, one where you are no longer moving blindly through life, but walking in harmony with a higher intelligence.
Life has a way of teaching us lessons through experiences that often feel overwhelming at the moment. Heartbreaks, failures, disappointments, losses, and unexpected transitions. All of them can feel like punishments when they appear. But with time, we begin to understand that every challenge contains a seed of wisdom. When you face these obstacles head-on, something inside you shifts. You develop a deeper understanding of yourself, your patterns, your strengths, your wounds, and your potential. You begin to see that adversity was not meant to destroy you, but to shape you. Through difficult experiences, you learn resilience. You learn what it means to persevere, even when your emotions are heavy. You begin to appreciate patience. You discover that setbacks are not the end, but stepping stones, leading you toward a stronger, wiser version of yourself. And as you grow, your emotional depth expands. You start to feel more deeply and understand others more compassionately. Pain cracks you open, allowing empathy and connection to blossom. You become more authentic, more vulnerable, more willing to show who you truly are without hiding behind masks. Boundaries become clearer. You realize that protecting your peace is not selfish, but necessary. You learn to say no. You learn to rest. You learn that you cannot give endlessly without replenishing your own energy. And perhaps the most beautiful transformation is your newfound appreciation for simplicity. You begin noticing the small things that bring joy, a moment of silence, a heartfelt conversation, a sunset, the presence of someone you love. You stop chasing happiness and start living it. Gaining wisdom through challenge is a powerful sign that you've passed many of life's deepest tests. You didn't collapse under pressure. You grew from it. You emerged with clarity, humility, and emotional strength that no book could ever teach.
Once you rise to a new level of awareness, the universe begins speaking to you in ways that feel almost magical. These moments, known as synchronicities, appear like puzzle pieces falling into place. You see repeating numbers, 1111, 222, 333, at moments that feel significant. You meet people who arrive just when you need guidance or support. Opportunities appear without being forced. These experiences are not coincidences. They're signs that you are aligned with your path. Alignment doesn't mean life becomes perfect. It means life flows. You stop fighting against circumstances and start moving with them. Decisions feel lighter. Dead ends become redirections rather than failures. You feel a subtle ease in your daily life, a sense that you are being guided. Synchronicities remind you that the universe is responding to your energy. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with your higher self, the world around you begins to reflect that harmony. You begin recognizing patterns. A song plays that answers a question you've been pondering. A conversation provides exactly the clarity you needed. A symbol appears repeatedly, as if trying to deliver a message. A door closes only for a better one to open. You start trusting the flow. You stop forcing outcomes. You allow life to unfold naturally. This is alignment, a state where inner peace meets outer harmony. Synchronicities increase when you've passed the universe's test because you've entered a frequency of openness and awareness. You no longer ignore subtle signs. You no longer dismiss intuition. You feel connected not only to yourself, but to a higher guidance carrying you forward. Syncs and alignment are the universe's way of saying, "You're on the right path. Keep going."
One of the most profound signs that you've grown spiritually is the ability to find joy in the simple, ordinary moments of life. After facing emotional storms and overcoming inner barriers, your heart opens to the quiet beauty around you. You begin feeling joy in things you once overlooked. The warmth of a quiet morning, the sound of laughter, the presence of a loved one, the peace of a slow walk in nature. You realize that happiness was never hidden in achievements or possessions. It was always within you. Joy becomes something you cultivate rather than chase. You stop running after perfection. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop believing that happiness comes only after reaching a distant goal. Instead, you discover beauty in the present moment. This shift requires emotional honesty. You learn to feel your emotions, both light and heavy, without suppressing them. You understand that true joy is not the absence of sadness, but the integration of all your experiences. Gratitude becomes a daily practice. You begin counting blessings instead of problems. You start appreciating what you have instead of longing for what's missing. You feel fulfilled, not because everything is perfect, but because you have learned to see the world through a softer, wiser lens.
Finding joy in simplicity means you've passed the test of perspective. It means your happiness is no longer controlled by external events. It means you've returned to your center, calm, grounded, and present. This transformation indicates that your spirit has healed, expanded, and awakened to the beauty of simply being alive. When you begin living with purpose, it becomes one of the strongest signs that you've passed major universal tests. Purpose is not always about grand destiny. It's about understanding what gives your life meaning and aligning your actions with that truth. You begin to feel a deep inner calling, a sense that you are meant to grow, to serve, or to create something meaningful. You discover your strengths. You recognize your passions. You acknowledge what makes your heart feel alive. Purpose brings clarity. It helps you choose what to pursue and what to release. It aligns your decisions with your deeper values. It guides you toward relationships, opportunities, and environments that support your growth. Living with purpose means waking up each day knowing your life matters. You feel energized. You move with intention. Obstacles no longer discourage you, they motivate you. Even when things are difficult, you keep going because your actions are guided by something bigger than fear. And purpose attracts synchronicity. The moment you align with what you're meant to do, the universe begins opening doors. You meet people who inspire you. You receive insights that guide you. You find courage you never knew you had. Living with purpose also makes you more authentic. You stop pretending. You stop living for approval. You stop dimming your light. Instead, you show up fully, boldly, and truthfully. Purpose transforms you into someone who both learns and teaches, someone who both grows and inspires. It's a sign that you've passed the universe's test of identity, discovering who you are and what you're here to become. The final and most powerful sign that you've passed the universe's tests is the development of resilience and the experience of inner liberation. Resilience is the ability to rise after every fall. It's the strength to keep moving even when your heart is heavy. It's the quiet determination that tells you, I've survived worse. I can survive this too. You begin handling challenges differently. Instead of reacting with fear or despair, you respond with wisdom. You face emotions honestly, seek support when needed, and allow healing to take place without rushing the process. Over time, resilience transforms into liberation. Liberation is the feeling of breaking free from old wounds, old stories, old identities, old fears. It's the moment you stop carrying burdens that no longer belong to you. You forgive not to excuse others, but to free yourself. You let go of expectations, regrets, and past limitations. This liberation feels like breathing for the first time after being underwater. It feels like stepping into sunlight after years of darkness. It feels like reclaiming your power. You stop living by society's expectations. You stop needing approval. You stop doubting your worth. You begin living authentically, confidently, and unapologetically. You trust your intuition, your journey, and your growth. You know you are exactly where you need to be. This final stage, resilience and liberation, is the universe's affirmation that you've transformed. You've stepped into your true self. You've become stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your soul's purpose. And now, every step you take is guided not by fear, but by freedom.